Hey dudes and dudettes, Mr. Theorist here, and welcome to another Ramble reaction review, this time on Justice League. As you can tell, I don't have this guy with me this time. Instead, I have Megabyte Unleashed. Say hi.
Hello, Yui Chewy! Yeah, you get to see it from the other angle now. Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately the other guy couldn't make this Ramble reaction, so I pulled this guy instead.
Not like that though, he didn't pull me like that.
It's going to be an interesting experience. You know how these Ramble reactions go. We'll give you a plot summary, we'll give you our personal thoughts each, and then we'll rate it, and we'll see how it is. So let's get on with it. So, before we start, spoiler warning, we are going to be talking about the entire movie. So
Lots of spoilers.
Lots of spoilers. Alright, so, movie opens up with what we would call probably a retcon. As much as I love this film, it is kind of a retcon, isn't it?
There's no denying. This film did retcon, it did damage control, it's changing continuity without changing continuity, but it's for the better. It's something it desperately needed to do, and I'm glad they're doing it. Yeah.
So the movie opens up with Superman looking super cheery and happy and rescuing people, and kids are yeah, it's like, oh my god, and kids are interviewing him for their podcast, and it's just nice because we now have a Superman that kind of feels more like Superman, even though
I said to him, it's just like a 60-second scene.
Yeah.
And I said to him, as soon as it finished, because it leads straight into the title, so he wasn't talking, I said to him, I am getting rambly, I said to him, like, in those 60 seconds, we got a better Superman than we did in the entire last two films combined.
Yes.
And it's true.
It is.
They managed to, in those 60 seconds, we get a Superman who is being Superman. He's cheerful. He's interacting with people. He looks like he wants to be saving people. He looks happy to be talking to people. And he's actually on the ground amongst crowds instead of hovering up on high like some godlike character. He's actually on Earth talking to people and helping us. Wow! He finally figured out Superman's character after he's dead! But at least I got there.
So that's the first bit. And then, as you say, we jump straight into the credits from there. And then we go into
London.
Yes, because Wonder Woman.
We clip through, the credits is just clipping over the different cities with the black Superman. Oh my god,
oh yeah, that's dead. Oh yeah, because they do the whole
They do the Batman thing before Wonder Woman, don't they?
Batman thing?
Yeah, because it's like we're
clipping
over.
Oh, of course.
We're clipping over all the dead Superman, and then we cut to
before
rooftop.
that, no, because we have Superman, and then it's the rooftop, and then it's the clipping over. Because remember, in that scene, he turns around and goes, "Look, they're coming because he's dead, isn't he?" And then that rolls into the whole like.
No, it's the clips. It's the clips of the city, of the different cities with the black Superman drapes on, because that ends on a rooftop with a newspaper, Superman's dead, and we pan up from the newspaper to see the criminal getting out of the thing.
Yes, we are. I've seen it twice, and I'm getting my continuity of the movie mixed up. Yeah. So we have a pan out of everyone in the world basically like, oh no, Superman is dead. And then that leads into, and we say the rooftop. Where,
it's a rooftop on a dark night.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder who's going to turn up here.
And Batman basically hangs the guy off a ledge and he's like, why? And he's like, because they can smell fear. And we get our first look at...
Parademons!
Parademons, is that what they're called?
That's what they're called.
I was trying to remember their name and it just escaped my head. They look cool.
Yeah,
pretty
they
cool.
They look alien. I actually prefer the Parademon designs to the Chitauri designs. These things look a lot more like alien
than just robots.
Shock troopers.
Than just robots.
Yeah, like weird bug things with these little flight goggles on. I like that they've got flight goggles. That's a nice little touch. Because they're flying around in the air, you know, they don't want bugs in the eye. So.
I think that's like actual eyes as well, though.
Is it?
Yeah. When they transform,
Don't ruin it for me! They're wearing these goggles to protect their eyes.
It's a natural evolution.
What about the armour? All that body armour.
That all goes there as well. If you remember later in the movie where the person transforms into a parademon, he turns into...
Spoilers, by the way!
he turns into exactly the same thing. So it's like a natural evolution. Like, they know they're going to fly, so...
They naturally wear eye goggles. I like that part of the design.
But anyway, yes. And Batman then starts to have a fight with the parademon. Ties it up, but then it blows up, leaving an imprint of 3 squares. And this is our first hint of the MacGuffin of the film, which is the mother boxes.
Which I'd never heard of before this. Well,
really?
I only knew about them because of the cyborg scene from BVS. I asked a friend of mine, "What's with the box?" So he explained the mother boxes to me. But yeah, before this film, except for that explanation from my friend, I had no idea what a mother box was.
You know the tunnels that they use to transport? They're called boom tubes. They're things that Steppenwolf uses.
Oh yeah, the teleport thing.
They're called boom tubes.
Boom tubes.
Yeah. It's what
Do you get a good signal reception in there?
It's what mother boxes create.
Well, how was he creating them if he didn't have the mother boxes yet?
Because when he was coming from there, he was obviously that was a mother box on Apocalypse or wherever he came from.
But I thought there was only 3.
He's got 3.
There's more?
Yeah. There'd have to be boom tubes.
Doomsday, people! Doomsday! No, not Doomsday, he was the last one.
We're trying
Apocalypse, people! Darkseid, that's his name! Darkseid, people! Darkseid has extra ones!
Alright, we're trying to do the plot. So he beats him up, the parademon dies, and then we get probably one of the best scenes in the movie.
The criminal just wanders over, nonchalantly, like he's best friends with Batman, and says, "What was that? An alien from space?"
That's funny. Still tied up, and it's like, "Hey, I don't care that you tied me up, but let's now have a casual conversation."
I'm your best friend, Bat! I know exactly what he's singing. He's singing, "If I pretend to be Nightwing, he won't punch me." The trouble is, he doesn't know the history between Batman and Nightwing. It's very abusive. That's why he left and became Nightwing in the first place.
Right, this is your first Rumble reaction, but we're trying to do the plot first.
You say you just ramble. This is how... Have you not seen my videos? Do you not know how much I ramble off course like this?
Okay. Alright, so yes, we get the best scene in the entire movie. Probably. Yeah, I would say probably the best. Wonder Woman in London stopping some reaction terrorists, I think they're called, as they're going to blow up a bank because they think that...
It's not just a bank, they're going to blow up 4 whole city blocks!
Unless you throw it in the air and then it only does a small explosion.
Well, it doesn't blow up and down, you see, it's lateral explosion, so... The explosion...
That didn't look like much of a lateral
It's because we were super zoomed in. The blast wave went outwards like that. But it was a very flat
Shattering
explosion.
windows for 4 block miles.
Well, it would have been if it was on the ground. Instead, you just gave some birds some earache.
And as you pointed out, something I didn't notice is shush, Fred. Is that this is the first time we see Wonder Woman use super speed. I didn't notice that.
Wow, does she use it well?
Oh yes. The guy decides that since the bomb isn't going to work.
Yeah, the best thing is, these terrorists, they set the bomb off with 20 seconds. I absolutely love that. It's like, okay, you guys aren't messing around.
Yeah, screw doing a minute. 20 seconds.
20 seconds. I'm surprised they didn't just trigger it straight up. Just like, beep.
He had to gloat out the window.
This is
give
true.
time to gloat out the window.
Ah, yes. For 20 seconds, I am superior than all of you. Then the doors explode. Like, crap.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, that when Wonder Woman disables the bomb by throwing it up in the air.
She doesn't just throw it in the air. She smashes through the door, catches a guy.
It takes 2 of the guys
deflects
out.
some bullets. Takes some guys out, gets hit in the back of the head with a rifle, to which he just turns around and goes, "Really?" Punches him, runs up to the bomb, grabs it, and just jumps up onto the roof, going through the buildings, and just flings it into the air, and you have a nice flat lateral explosion that's the width of 4 city blocks, and it's only about, like, 1 floor high. And then the main terrorist, who's the only one left, he's like, well, this was supposed to be quick, but oh well. Gets his assault rifle out, and he's got all these little kids. I don't know why there were kids in a band, but all these, I guess they were opening...
Bring your kid to work day.
I thought it was a school class. It looked like a school class.
Maybe it's like teaching about young teachers.
They're taking them to open the first bank account. Teaching them valuable life skills. How to get in debt.
Yeah,
so he's like, okay, I'm going to kill you all now, do it slowly. And as he's about to pull the trigger, boom! She doesn't come down through the hole she's already made. She comes down through another hole that she just punches. Yeah, she jumps up that direction, and then she comes down in that direction. It's like, okay, he turns it back into Swiss cheese. I'm loving this scene, I don't care. And the guy just starts gunning.
Unloads his clip into them, and she just like...
Super speed, and
then there's a cool spin. She does that cool spin for that last bullet.
Oh yeah.
Cool spin. Ting. Like nah.
I love that. But at this point, I'm sat there in the film, foot's bopping away like this, huge grin, just like Do you swear on your channel? I forget.
Try to minimise.
I bloody love Wonder Woman. Just give me a film of this and I'm happy.
I told you, that would just be a Wonder Woman movie. This is Justice League. Everyone's meant to get a part.
I'm really looking forward to more of Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman.
Yes.
I don't know if you can tell.
Then that scene ends, and we then get the comedy after element of it. Is it that one where her boss turns around to her in the museum?
No, that's much later.
Is that later?
That's,
is it?
Yeah, because that's after the distress flare's been lit.
Oh, yes, because that happens.
That's much later in the film.
Yeah, alright. So that happens. It's a long movie. It's trying to keep it all
It's 1 hour and 59 minutes.
It is 2 hours.
Warner Brothers demanded it be less than 2 hours. So they made it 1 hour 59 minutes. That's how you obey Warner Brothers.
So the next scene then would be...
I think it was the Aquaman scene, wasn't it? When Bruce first meets Aquaman.
Would it be?
I hear you talk to fish.
And not the Amazons?
No, the Amazons was later.
They're a bit later.
The Amazons go straight to igniting the thing. It's much later.
So we have Aquaman. We have Batman turning up on horseback to a place.
Was he on horseback?
Yeah, he turns up on horseback and then gets off and he's like goes off and he's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go find this guy.
That's horse.
Even though and then he goes through town and he's like, I need to find the man who can swim and gives you fish when you need to. Even though he's standing right there and I know it's him, I'm deliberately not talking to him.
I think he was doing that deliberately because he doesn't know if Aquaman has revealed his identity or not to the townsfolk. So he's playing dumb just in case
Aquaman dumb or trying to wind him up. One of the two.
No, I think he was playing it dumb just to try and protect his identity in case he didn't want to reveal it to the townsfolk.
It makes sense.
Because like, if you notice, as soon as they part way and he sees the Aquaman on the picture on the wall, he's like, oh, I guess everyone knows it's you then. I hear you talk to fish.
He's determined to tell him, isn't he? I heard you talk to fish. Can you send out messages in the water? I'm going to be the douche of the fan base for this movie.
But it's okay because he's Batman, so we'll still love him.
This is true. So yeah, then they have a scene where they're walking and Batman's trying to convince him and he's like, nope, see you later. Swims off. And then we get Amazons.
I think that is when we cut to the Amazons.
Yeah, then we get Amazons and they are standing in front of a different place we didn't get to see in the Wonder Woman film.
Still on Themyscira though.
Still on Themyscira. And they have a box that is vibrating and they're like, what is going on?
I just assumed that was the same vault they kept the...
No.
So not like the same vault as the sword, but like the same complex as where they kept the God.
No, because sword. The where they kept all the cool weapons, you had to climb up a cliff to get to it. And this was in the middle of the island.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that's the only reason I know it's a different place.
I just
There's
thought
no,
she was
like- there's
sneaking
no, like,
in the
end of
back way.
cliff.
When she climbed up the cliff and went in, I thought she was just sneaking up the back way.
Maybe. Maybe I thought it was a different place.
Well, maybe it is a different place. I mean, they'd probably build the vaults to look the same on the inside, so...
And they got loads of people because they're really worried that something's going to happen with this box. It's been dormant for ages, but something's going to happen.
It's suddenly woken up.
And it does.
Making
A big tunnel opens in the sky, and a big scary guy with an axe turns up.
It's a beautiful looking blue teleport being tube thing. That I will admit, I like the look of that. The design.
Exactly
of
what
that.
they're
I'm going
like
to stop
in all the
doing that
animes,
now.
It's cool.
Yeah, stop doing that. But yeah, this is meant to be a family-friendly channel. Right?
It doesn't matter.
Not when I'm on it, it's not. Which is weird, because
Yeah.
I'm supposed to keep my channel family-friendly. Oh, wow.
So this teleporter opens up, and a guy named Steppenwolf turns up.
Steppenwolf, not Steppenwolf.
Steppen? Is it
Step. Like the band.
Steppen.
Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf.
Like the band.
Like the band. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm going to say. Now, every time someone asks me, like, who's that guy? Steppenwolf. Like the band.
And then you can sing a bit of Born to Be Wild.
Born to... No, we're not doing that yet. And
That's the after credits.
we saw the Amazons take on the Germans in the Wonder Woman film and kick ass. Now Steppenwolf, like the band, decides that he's going to show the Amazons who the boss is.
No, that's the thing.
And
he
beats
doesn't.
the hell out
He
of
doesn't
them.
want to show them who's boss.
Oh no, he doesn't want it. He's just like, I just want to take my box.
He just wants to take the box
Leave.
and bugger off. Because as we learn later in the film, he's tried doing the whole show them who's boss thing before, and it didn't work. So this time he's just. This is what I like about Steppenwolf. Later on in the film, we will learn. We can talk about it.
You can talk about it.
It's
I'm trying to get through this plot.
we learn the.
I'm just trying to get through the plot, and then we can talk about the good stuff.
We may as well just talk about the good stuff when we get to it during the plot.
Okay.
So it's like later on in the film, we discover Steppenwolf tried to do this thing before with the three boxes, but you had all the Amazons and Atlanteans and men and all the other
Green
people.
Lanterns.
I was gonna just save it for later Rambles.
Okay.
But yeah, there were Green Lanterns in this film,
Only one. There's only one.
and he died,
And
his ring flew off.
Oh, and he is supposedly meant to be like Earth's previous protector in the comics and stuff before Hal, or before the alien before Hal.
Well, he's dead now.
He's dead now.
Dead now.
And the ring flew off.
ring
Did you
flew off.
notice?
Yeah.
He flew off.
How did you not notice Steppenwolf was full on like?
Where are you off to?
Where's that going? Atlantean! But no,
It wasn't.
and they all teamed up and they all beat him up and he had to retreat. So he's like, okay.
That's just Zeus showed him what for.
Yeah, it was Zeus. It was. I'm like, Diane is dead!
Or is it?
Well, who else could it be?
Hades.
Does Hades use lightning like that?
No, I'm saying that Hades could be her dad.
But she was given life by Zeus.
But in the comics, Hades has been her dad
But
as
we're
well.
not talking about the comics.
But it's said to be Zeus, but it turns out to be Hades.
I don't
Could be a
care.
twist.
It was
They're lying to us.
This film has using lightning like a boss.
Yeah. Steppenwolf is just like, haha, I slap you, haha, I slap you. Zeus turns up and he's like, yeah. But as soon as Zeus turns up, he's defeated.
It's like Thor, when Thor went God mode in Ragnarok,
Yes.
ramped up another 20 levels.
Yes.
And I was like, now that is a God of Thunder.
Yes.
Anyway,
we
but
were
yeah,
talking
he
about the
learned.
previous season.
He retreated, and he learned his lesson. That's what I like about it. He's a villain who learns from one mistake. So this time he's like, yeah, I tried to show them who's boss, and they showed me who's boss. So this time I'm just gonna do get in, get out.
Yeah.
So he's not even trying to fight people. He just turns up, keeps beating people up until he grabs a box, and as soon as he grabs a box.
Yeah, because they have a whole legion of Amazonians who's just like, nah.
I'm gone. Bye.
See you later. Right, so that happens, and then we get the Amazonians are turning around and going, yeah, we need to let everyone else know that this guy's turned up. So they light a fire, which then we flip over to.
It's they launch. I like this. It's like now that's what you call aim. They have a fiery arrow that they launch from Themyscira, and it goes all the way to Greece and lands in this.
What I think's hilarious though is she doesn't just draw and pull. You can actually see her aiming it,
and then she closes her eyes and releases it.
It's like, yes, I maybe
now
miles
that's
upon
some
miles
faith
away,
in your aim.
I still know where it is.
So it lands in this little ancient temple of the Amazons, and ignites a bonfire, and naturally all the news are like, "Oh my God, someone's lighted a bonfire in ancient Greece ruins!" And put it all over the news.
And this is when we get the funny scene where the curator of the museum Wonder Woman works out, goes, "So Diana, did you do anything interesting this weekend?" Don't know why I did that accent. That was a really weird accent to do. And
he had a weird accent. It's fine.
Okay. And she's like, no, nothing at all. It's fine. You're so boring.
She's brushing a statue there. It's not like she's randomly writing in midair.
Yeah, and then you see the TV. She sees that and she's like, oh, that means stuff's coming. And she goes to find Bruce Wayne, who with Alfred has decided they need to collect the rest of the team because stuff's going down.
You missed the first Cyborg scene. When his dad goes into the apartment.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Cyborg stuff that
they do come into the building and introduce Cyborg.
Yeah,
and
he's wearing a hoodie and he's all like, I don't like who I am.
I've been turned into a machine. No, he doesn't call himself.
Oh no! He goes, oh, you're worried that they'll find out the monster. His dad like, you're not a monster. I wasn't talking about myself. Cyborg!
Someone's got daddy issues!
Yeah, a little bit. And then we flash to Wonder Woman and Wayne having discussions and like, yeah, we need to find people because there's an invasion coming and we need a team because we ain't prepped for this. And that's when we get the flashback because they're walking by the pool at that point, aren't they? And we get the whole how they beat Steppenwolf the first time.
Yes.
That's when that comes in. With the whole Zeus turning up and going, don't worry guys, I got this. Frying
But it was an alliance of
everybody. Because back in the old days, humans worked well together.
Yay!
Not like now.
Boo!
And then we get another scene with Cyborg, and that's when he finds out they're talking about him, isn't it? Because he's sitting in his chair with his his fake eye, with
his hand. He every day he wakes up with and he's evolved new abilities and things like that, and his hands suddenly develop the ability to project holograms, and he taps accidentally. It's like it picks up. It's almost like the machine, like his computer search algorithms pick up his name and brings it up to his attention.
And he finds...
And then he scrolls through all the security cameras and he's like, the Batcave and the Batmobile and Batman and Wonder Woman. He's like, oh.
I would like to know, I'm hoping it's in the Batcave that Bruce Wayne is just nonchalantly sitting in his chair, still in his Bat outfit without his cowl on.
Well, he does... Batfleck does that all the time in the Batcave.
Don't care.
I'm in the Batcave.
I'm in my Batcave.
No one can hack this.
And then we get scenes that come together, and Wayne then meets Barry Allen, and we have a cool... If you've seen the trailer, you've seen that scene.
Not all of it, but...
pretty much all of it.
Good chunk of it.
And Barry Allen's like, who are you? He's like, I am Bruce Wayne. And he's like, who?
Why do you say that like it explains why there's a complete stranger sitting in my second favourite chair? I said that far too slow for being a Flash version.
I think it's interesting though, the fact that... I know he's off
his
the grid and
second
everything.
favourite chair.
Where's
his first favourite chair?
Don't know.
It's like the unicorn thing.
I know he's,
why?
I know
these little things.
I know he's underground and everything, and he's gone he's trying to hide away. How does he not know who Bruce Wayne is?
Do you know every single millionaire in the world?
No, but I know
Exactly.
Steve Jobs and a couple of others. He's Bruce Wayne. Like, he's the billionaire of Gotham, the most corrupt place in the whole DC. Surely everyone's gonna know who Bruce bloody Wayne is.
I know. I didn't write it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Continuity errors! Ah!
Not really continuity error, it's just...
Plot hole!
Barry Allen just doesn't know his stuff, really.
Probably just doesn't care about millionaires.
Probably.
I don't care about
He's too busy doing his jobs.
You point out half the celebrity these days, I'd just be like, who?
It's true. And in order for Batman to try and convince Flash, he goes, I'm going to throw Batarang at you. And Flash is just like, that's nice. I'll catch that.
Well, actually, he's more like, holy moly, you're Batman! Can I keep this?
But he does it coolly, though. He just goes, huh. He doesn't lose his stuff until he's in the Batcave.
Yeah.
That's when he loses his stuff.
it.
And Bruce Wayne is like, I'm putting together a team. I really need your... It's alright.
Stop right there. I'm in.
I don't care. And so he has Barry Allen. So we have Wonder Woman, Batman and Barry Allen. They're all teaming up now. Wonder Woman goes to see if Cyborg will team up with them. And eventually he decides to team up with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they decide they need to go take on Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf, like the band.
Steppenwolf, like the band. In underneath Gotham Harbour because he has hostages. They have a cool little fight scene. Steppenwolf obviously kicks their ass because it's their first fight. And
I'd say Wonder Woman puts up a decent show.
Yeah. And Flash helps. He puts his finger there and puts the sword.
They're falling down a big pit, and Flash runs around and just tip of his finger pushes the sword back into Wonder Woman's hand as she's diving down after it so she can grab it and then start hacking people
and
up.
we get the first when they first turn up because Barry Allen's like guys, I can't fight. I've never been in a fight. I just kind of push douches and run away.
I push people and run away.
And Batman's just like, just save one person. That's all I ask.
Save one person, and then you can go.
And he saves one person, and because he comes back after saving one person, like, that was fun.
He's like, oh, actually, that's
easy,
I can do that.
And he goes and collects all of them while everyone else is scrapping. Steppenwolf eventually beats them.
The thing I like with the Flash, what they didn't just try, because we've seen two speedsters already, the both versions of Quicksilver. They didn't try to recreate anything or do anything like that. Flash doesn't actually do any physical fighting in this fight. He's running around helping people, like I say, pushing the sword back towards Wonder Woman so she can grab it, getting people out of the way when debris is falling down and things like that. So it's a new take on what a speedster can do in a fight, and I really appreciate that they kept that through the entire film. There's only one 5-second moment where he's actually using his speed to punch people, and we see it in real time. We don't do the slow mo thing. He's just and it was and I really appreciate they did that with him.
Yeah, they do, and they don't always have to show him using his speed in a slow motion way as well, do they? They do have it where.
I mean, you do have moments where it's in slow motion. But there's other times when he's like,
and it's for some even though we've seen it twice
it's
already,
the camera tricks they use.
They've still done a third version of slow motion happening.
Yeah,
it still felt unique.
They put different effects on it. It's all that lightning that's shooting around, and like instead of just having things very slow and wobbly and like that, it's like he's running around with all this lightning going off him, but the world around him doesn't slow down to a crawl. There's still keeping some momentum in the world going as he's moving, and that's what gives it that unique feel. And also the fact that they are clearly keeping him at a slower pace in this movie as well, which is another thing that's quite nice, is because they are... This movie definitely makes me feel they've gone, we screwed up with BVS, let's slow it down a bit, give a bit more character development, and take our time with it. Especially with someone like The Flash, it feels like they now know that, okay, we're going to take our time with this and introduce you, develop their powers. You know who The Flash makes me think of? Going up, it's fine. The Flash. The Flash in this film, he reminds me of someone with ADHD.
No, I think it's very deliberate.
I think it is very deliberate, but like someone who's moving at that speed with his brain constantly.
Yeah,
that's how someone would react, and I like that. You know,
it does feel almost
feels real.
Like he was someone who had some problems connecting with people, but once he gained his speed, he felt even more disconnected, and that's why he's having real issues trying just to understand people, because he's on a totally different wavelength now with the people, and it's one thing I'm really enjoying about The Flash. Right? It was one of the big highlights. Seeing the movie twice, I love it. There's a lot of things in this movie I really love.
I really enjoyed it as well.
And then as Steppenwolf uses the rocket they tried to hit him with to blow a hole to have all the water come in, like, oh no, we're all going to drown. Aquaman turns up and stops the water, and we have a final team member, and the team are together.
Woo!
Woo!
Almost.
Kinda.
The team's not fully formed.
Oh yeah, not yet. They're going to go back to the to Wayne's bunker.
They go to the Batcave.
Yeah, the Batcave, and we get Flash geeking out like anyone would. It's like, oh my god,
it's like a cave. It's like a Batcave. And he just zips around everyone, jumps in the Batmobile, and he's sitting in the Batmobile. You just hear Bruce from off screen, Barry, get over here. And like the characters are just walking along, just talking about this doomsday scenario they've got going on, and you just see the Flash zipping around everywhere and just occasionally stopping to have a look and then zipping around again.
Yeah. And this is where we get our first kind of conflict, because we don't get any real major conflict with the characters, do we?
They didn't go full on. That's something else I like.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
yes,
when they started this, I'm like, oh, here we go, the misunderstanding with the heroes having the fight, just like...
typical...
like they did in the Avengers, here we go, this is it.
And
they didn't. Well, I wasn't going to list all of them. They did it in Civil War as well.
No.
But it's like, rather than everyone being at odds with each other, you just had Bruce being a bit of a dick, but that's this Bruce. He's been Batman for 20 years. He just doesn't care about people.
I like this. I know it's just a throwaway line, but it's nice to have it established that it's not just people thinking, well, maybe he has been at it for a while. No, he stated, I've done this for 20 years now. It's just like, oh, thank you. We've now had like a little time establishment of how long he's been Batman for.
I like that. It's the little things that build the world up.
Yeah. And the reason they have the conflict, though, it's not just like oh, you're a bit of a douche, or you're a bit of a douche. Batman's just like, hey guys, I know we're all together and everything, but we still need another member. And these mother boxes are super powerful. Let's bring Superman back from the dead.
Yeah, that did seem to be a bit sudden. To me,
I think
the way he suddenly started talking about that, that did lose me for a moment. It took me a few seconds to catch up with what he was talking about then.
Yeah, it felt like Bruce had this a kind of idea in his head of, we need Superman back. How is that going to happen? And as soon as Cyborg was like, hey, we got a red mother box, and he's like, well, that'll help.
Yeah, that is where I feel there was an edit. Something was missing. I feel like there may have been just like an extended scene there, just to like flow the conversation a bit more naturally from one to the other. That to me felt very sudden.
What I liked though, even though it was sudden, that as soon as Batman was like, yes, enough power to resurrect, enough power. What if someone was stronger than a planet? And we use all that power to help them. And before he didn't have to fully say it. It was just Wonder Woman was just like, nope.
See, that's the thing. When he was talking about that, because right before that we had Cyborg talking how he created him and he was making him this thing and a monster. And I thought Bruce was talking about Cyborg at first. It's like
Cyborg.
Maybe he's like oh, strong. His cells are like resistant and all that. I'm like, but you trying to make Cyborg feel better or something? Seriously, that's what I thought.
It's okay, Cyborg.
It just suddenly
you're human
jumped. I'm like, this doesn't feel Wonder Woman might say this, but not Batman. And so, it took me a few seconds to catch up that, oh no, hang on, he's talking about Superman.
Yeah. But it was nice. It was nice to have half the team be like, okay, this could work. And then you got the other half of the team going, no, this is going into like zombie territory and doomsday territory. Do we want that?
Flash actually used the phrase
pet cemetery.
Zombie pet cemetery.
So they decide, no, you know what? We need Superman. Let's just do it. And they go to the Kryptonian ship.
The same one that birthed Doomsday.
Yep. And decide,
let's power off.
It should still be recording. It's still recording.
Can you tell?
Yeah, it should still be recording.
Okay.
And yeah, they decide to go at it, and then just as they're like, oh, we need to charge this box up because the ship doesn't have enough power. And Barry's like, okay, if I run fast enough and touch it, I'll give it enough charge. And at that point, even Aquaman's now thinking, maybe this ain't a great idea, guys. Maybe we shouldn't do this. And they're like, nah, we're doing it, let's do this.
Because you have to remember, the last thing that came out of this pit was Doomsday.
Yeah. Wonder Woman was just like, do we really want to do this, guys? Really? No, we're doing it. Shut up. Batman has said there's a 1% chance this could work, therefore it's gonna work.
I like the callback that he said, if there's even the remotest chance this will work. Nice callback to his line in BVS.
Because it solidifies the whole idea of this version of Batman that is just like, if there is a slight chance that something could be an outcome,
then we need to prepare for
it.
Yeah.
And they reference having contingency plans as well, because that's the thing that Batman has.
I didn't pick, we'll get to this later, but I didn't pick up on the contingency plan straight away. But we'll get to this in a minute. And
then Superman is resurrected.
Woo!
But he's not 100%.
With no mustache.
I even tried watching it.
The first few scenes with Superman there, I'm sat there looking at his mouth going, that's fine. I can't tell any difference.
Yeah, the second time watching it, I was determined because I saw the post after the first time. Was like, right, I'm going to look for this removed mustache bit.
I couldn't see no removed mustache. I think there was once when I thought his lips went a little out of sync, like right near the end of the film. But it was only very briefly, and it wasn't that. I only noticed it because I was watching for it.
You're intensely watching his lips.
Like, yeah, I'm like, Henry Cavill's lips. I've never stared at them this intently before.
But yeah, Superman is resurrected. He then flies up out of the ship and is just like, he's all confused. So they all run off to him.
Except for Batman,
because they have said, Batman, when he wakes up, don't be there.
You shouldn't be the first thing he sees.
Yeah, you just don't.
So he wisely doesn't turn up.
Everyone else runs it and Batman's just like, no, I'm going to stay away. And they try and talk to Superman and he's just like, you're pointing, Cyborg, you're pointing your gun at me. Okay, I'm going to beat you all up now.
Yeah, because Cyborg's systems went into defense mode. I don't know why they went into defense mode.
The thing is, the only hero I know that kind of does, like, Blue Beetle suit does that on its own.
Yeah, but his suit's alive though, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm guessing because of the whole mother box thing, they're kind of giving Cyborg's suit.
Do you think it was a react to the X-rays, do you think? It reacted to the X-rays?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And like, he's X-raying me, I need to shoot him now.
That does mean that they reacted to each other because he X-rayed because Aquaman was freaking out.
Yeah.
So Aquaman freaking out freaked out Superman's X-ray, which then freaked out Cyborg's defense system.
Which then freaked out Superman in general. Which then freaked out the police officer when his car exploded from the I-beams.
Who I hope they paid off. Because when he was there, Lois Lane turns up and goes, Clark!
This is the thing. This is where I wanted to get back to the contingency plan. While they're fighting Superman, it was because like Superman's like got Aquaman and Wonder Woman in each hand, and Cyborg's
trying to push
him or something, and Flash is running around the side in super fast, and you just see Clark just go, and you can't see that because of the camera, but his eyes just start going like this, and then you're like, uh-oh, and he just throws everyone aside, then just whacks Barry and sends him plummeting. And this moment, this is the moment where I go, the contingency plan is his mother! I honestly thought the contingency plan was going to be Batman brings Martha.
Really?
I honestly thought that was going to be
When he heard
it.
contingency, I was like, oh, Batman, don't do this again. Don't. I know you got the whole kryptonite thing.
When he first says contingency, I was thinking, kryptonite? Nah, don't do that again. But I didn't think anything else of it. But it's when he tripped the Flash over. I don't know why it happened at that exact moment, but as soon as he tripped the Flash over, I went, oh, this contingency, he'll bring him his mother and that'll snap him back to normal.
Wasn't his mother.
It wasn't his mother. It was Lois Lane, who I had completely forgotten existed.
The thing is people were like, well, what's the point in Lois Lane in BVS? She's in it, but she don't do anything. This time,
It's
she's
like
not really
Future
in it.
Flash says, Lois Lane is the key. This is why she's the key. In Futureverse that we saw,
that mean that-
there was no contingency plan. So when they resurrected Superman, he just kept being evil. And Steppenwolf got him. That's how Apocalypse was able to take over. But now, Lois Lane is the key.
Maybe that's what it is.
That's what it is.
No, because Flash never went back in time. He's not fast enough to go back in time yet.
No. Do you not remember that portal opened and we saw Future Flash?
But if that was for that moment...
But that's changed the timeline.
No, it's not for that point.
Future Flash appears and said, Lois Lane is the key.
Yeah, she's part of the combination of death or whatever the fuck it's called.
See, this is stuff I know nothing about, so I'm sticking with my theory.
Darkseid's big, massive plan that has always been he wants the whole universe to die. And he needs like a formula for death.
Excuse me.
And Lois Lane is part of that. That's what Alex reckons.
Well, I like the theory that Lois Lane, Batman remembered, Lois Lane is the key.
That would be quite cool for it to
and
do
then
that.
That's why he went and got Lois Lane for this, instead of getting the mother.
Yeah.
He got Lois Lane
quite cool.
because she's the key, because Future Flash told him. So anyway, Lois Lane turns up and they go, oh, Lois!
She hugs him,
Big hug, and then he flies off with her.
She's like, take us away. And they fly off, and then we
And
have...
Aquaman's like, well, that went well.
So the rest of the team then have to prep to take on Steppenwolf on their own because Superman's gone. He has a bit of an R&R with Lois.
Which was nicely done, by the way.
Yeah.
It felt like characters. They felt like actual people this time.
Yes. And it was nice. We didn't really get much with them, but you definitely felt that there had been stuff happening with them.
All we got with them in the last film was the bathtub scene. And it still bugs me to this day that he jumped in the bath with his shoes on. He's super fast. He could have gone and be butt naked and jumped in the bath. Instead, he jumps in with the shoes on, with who knows what on his shoes from outside, in the bathwater with a naked Lois Lane. I mean, okay, I get it. It's a naked Amy Adams. He's excited. He wants to go quickly and pounce on her. But come on, take your shoes off at least.
He said this after BVS as well.
It's become a running joke on Desaris's videos as well. Anytime you see a video of his that's going on about Superman jumping in the bath with his shoes on, this is where it comes from!
This guy. Anyway, we're detracting to a different movie.
We always do. Well, I say that like I've done this before with you.
And we have a really nice line where Lois is like, we've been here so long and yet you've not been inside much. I've just come out of a wooden box. Aww, because the house makes him think of a coffin.
That's what you want for your family home. Coffins!
Sorry, at the end of the movie, Bruce Wayne's bought the house back.
That's why he
Go
was...
back home.
And did you notice? He was still outside the house! We never once saw him go in that house in the entire movie. Even when he's now owns the house, he still hasn't gone inside it.
He's like, so...
He's going to pitch a little tent up in the cornfield and live there forever.
Is that his fortress of solitude? Little tent in the cornfield.
Little power bed for lowers.
And we're distracting, right?
Yeah,
we're almost
at the halfway point.
Oh jeez, no, we're further than halfway.
I know.
Halfway. So the rest of the team have to prep to go take on Steppenwolf because he's now in Russia because of a power plant.
I assume Chernobyl. I assume that's where he was.
No, they said somewhere else.
Did they?
Yeah, somewhere in some DC place they probably made up for the movie.
Yeah.
Because they needed
DC fans, let us know.
They needed a power plant for reasons. It wasn't like the power plant was on or anything. It was just there was a broken down power plant.
It's just like it was he wanted a place that was disconnected from technology and the internet.
So a dead power plant.
He needed a dead zone.
Right. Yeah.
So he picked a dead power plant right beside some ramshackle town.
Yeah.
It's good thinking, mate.
Put civilians in trouble.
Oh, that's the thing. As soon as we saw that family, like the second we saw them for the first time, I'm like, Superman's gonna turn up and save these people at the end of the film.
He doesn't save them.
No, he doesn't. I was actually surprised that Flash went and saved them.
So yeah, the team then go off to go beat Steppenwolf like the band, and they're like, yeah, let's go do this. And Batman's like, you guys go ahead, I will make a distraction. No. Do you know, this movie, I actually thought they were going to kill Batman off, because the whole rumours of Batflick leaving us and everything. I was really worried this was going to be the end of Batflick.
I know he's not, he stopped as director, but he's not, I haven't heard rumours about him leaving.
Because all the way through the movie, we're setting up that he's too old for it, like he can't fight properly anymore. He wants one woman to lead the team from now on.
Which is why he was being an idiot to her in the film. He was trying to like push her into taking leadership. Yeah. Which is a Batman-y thing to do.
Yeah. And the fact that he then decides that he's going to drop the team off and go and sacrifice, and I'm like, oh no. They wouldn't do this.
I never once thought they were going to kill off Batman.
That's just what I always thought. It's just me then.
Injure him, yes, but outright kill him, no.
But yeah, he goes and helps the get rid of the parademons. All of them, because they like the sound of sirens.
No, they hate the sound of sirens.
Then why chase after it?
Because they're trying to stop it!
That sounds annoying, let's run towards it.
This annoyingly high-piercing sound that's driving us insane. We can either flock around aimlessly, or we can fly to it and try to destroy it to make it stop. That's why they were attacking him with such frenzy. They were trying to make the sound stop.
Okay. Alright then. Fair point. So he goes off to do that. The rest of them are like, yes, let's go get Steppenwolf. And Steppenwolf again shows them what for.
No. Because the team were going to do that, but then Wonder Woman was like, no, we're saving the Bat.
I'm in charge now. We're going to save Batman. God's sake. I was a distraction. You were meant to go take Steppenwolf down. Now we're all going to get in trouble with this.
But it is a nice little
scene. It is nice.
I mean, watching Aquaman surfing on top of the Batmobile, that was a good scene. That was a good shot.
And then surfing on a parademon.
What? And then, this is what I really like. It was in the trailers as well, but I noticed it in the trailers. But I liked it. He surfs the parademon through the roof of the building, comes out the front, and does a little hop over the fence. It's a little hop over the fence that got me at the end.
It's a nice. The whole scene.
It's just a little thing. It's just a little thing, but it's...
And when Cyborg catches him and he's like, "My man,"
he's like, "Right, not over yet." It's like fling him back at people.
It's showing just them coming together as a team.
Exactly. Nice. It shows them. It shows the team and each person's interacting
And
their
each
own way.
personality, you can distinguish them very well of each of the characters.
Yeah, I think they did a very good job
Yeah.
of doing the Justice team justice. Thank you.
Puns.
I got rope off my head now. Worth it.
You want to flick your head when you say that.
What?
You don't have any hair.
That's why I'm wearing the hat.
Anyway, so yeah, they then, as a group, take down the parademons and go, Steppenwolf, it's now your turn. And even all Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash,
Aquaman.
5 of them decide to take on Steppenwolf. He still manages to kick their ass. Big time.
5?
It's 5? In that bit, there's 5. Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash,
Oh, yeah.
Cyborg. There's 5 of them.
I thought there was 4.
There's 5.
There's 5.
There's 6 as a team, but there's 5 of them.
There's 5.
Yeah.
I can't count.
Batman has decided. This is one thing I like. Like, after that first fight with Steppenwolf, Batman's just like, I ain't fighting Steppenwolf. You notice in that final fight, he doesn't even try. He's just like,
He's just busy beating up the parademons.
with guns.
Yeah, with guns.
That's going to enrage some people, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't understand why people get annoyed like that. It's like, he uses guns for like firing trackers and grenade launchers and things like that.
He's not the version of Batman that he envisioned himself being, where he was in a trench coat gun-hoing everyone. It's not that bad. They're only parademons. He's using their own laser gun against them. It's fine.
Until it runs out of ammo.
That was quite nice.
I like that.
Ha ha ha!
Oh well.
Oh damn! I'm gonna have to actually fight now.
So he gets his grapple gun out. He starts shooting his grapple gun through the chests of them and like pulling them out and just boom, punching them down into oblivion.
We also have Flash taking on some parademons, which was he took about 2 on and then
I think it was about
stopped.
No, I think it was like 5. I think he zigzagged like 5 times.
He hits
up
one
there.
which splatters blood all over him, and then he starts running around the cylinder, doesn't he? And takes a couple out there.
He zigzags up a gantry and hits like 5 of them, and that's when he stops covered in all the blood.
Oh, but then he hits at least one going up the thing because he punches one there.
Yeah, and then he starts to fall down, and
Batman's like, God's sake, Barry, just sod off. Go take
that's when he's like, yeah, you
go take.
There are civilians evacuating, but you need to head east and save them because they're not going to get out of the area before this terraforming thing like eats them.
And it looked different. Again, another thing Justice League did.
Yeah, I like that.
We have the earth-destroying element stuff that doesn't look the same as every other movie in the past 5 years.
Yeah, okay, he's trying to terraform the Earth, which is what Zod was trying to do. But visually speaking, it was completely different.
Yeah.
It's like this weird metal
colourful.
thing, just like a snake, just out the ground and back in, and then out the ground.
It was purple.
I'm colourblind.
No. Well, we had a yellow one, and then it was a purple one.
Oh.
It was cool.
It was rainbow coloured.
It was different. It was the yellow one.
Point is, it was visually new and interesting.
It was nice. It was... I liked this movie. It one-ups BVS, and if you're a fan of this channel, you know that I like BVS, but this is a lot better than BVS is.
I'd say this is better than the extended cut of BVS.
I need to see the extended cut.
You should
BVS.
do, because it helps that film a lot. It doesn't make it a perfect film, but it does help the film.
I'm calling it a perfect film. You know me, I'm an uber lover of BVS. Why would you extend it? I'm like, this is the best film ever.
But then you go and watch Justice League again.
And then be like,
this is the best film ever!
This is the best film ever! Anyway, yeah, so they start losing to Steppenwolf, like the band, but not really the band. And just as he's about to beat him, and he's like, haha. He says something that triggers... He says something about truth, doesn't he? You don't understand the truth. You don't
understand the truth.
Yeah,
no, you don't believe.
You don't believe. Yeah, you don't believe. And then a voice says, I believe in truth and justice. And it's Superman! In his cool...
in his outfit! Because
cheery.
he hasn't worn his outfit yet in this movie.
Yeah.
With the exception of that opening few seconds.
Yes.
This is the first time we see him in his outfit. And he's smiling!
He's smiling.
He's showing emotion!
And as soon as he turns up, yeah, Steppenwolf gets his ass.
He's like, Kryptonian! Ah! And they all start fighting. But then this is another bit where they've gone, okay, DC has been like, yeah, we've listened to the fans. Okay, we know what you want from a Superman. So, like, as he's fighting Steppenwolf, he starts to talk to Batman, and then we close in on his ears, and he's like, there's civilians in the area. They're not going to make it. And Bruce is like, it's okay, Barry's there. No, there's too many. He's not going to make it. And then Superman just flies off to save them. And he's like, yes! Yes!
You know what?
He's listening! He's breaking off from the big bad fight to go save people!
That's what all the fans are thinking. Batman's just standing in the room going,
this isn't why I resurrected you, you idiot!
dude! They were struggling! I'm gonna have to... No, actually, no, I'm not going to attempt
Yeah, I'm
it.
not going to
I'm gonna go fight some more parademons.
Doomsday was bad enough. I don't have a chance here.
But it's nice because now that Steppenwolf has been beaten down a bit, Wonder Woman and Aquaman managed to...
yeah, they managed to hold
him off more.
Because the thing is, they're not trying to defeat him, they're just trying to... You'll notice we've not mentioned Cyborg. It's because they're trying to keep Steppenwolf occupied long enough for Cyborg to interface with the three mother boxes and separate them, which will stop the terraforming and blow everything up.
Yeah.
So that's what Cyborg's been doing.
He doesn't really fight in this movie, which is nice. It's cool.
He uses his abilities.
Yeah.
And his abilities are hacking and
that's something
computer
that
upgrades
every
and things
single
like that.
character in the movie, they do seem to... They're suited to a purpose, and they go with their purpose.
I do feel Justice League makes better use of each individual person's skill set than the Avengers do.
Yeah. Keep that in your mind. So, Superman goes and saves some civilians. Barry's like, yay, I've saved this small truck full of people. And Superman's like, yeah, but I've got a building.
Yeah, he just flies past with like this humongous building.
Which, I heard in the video, trivia, is the reason the building didn't break is because in the comics, it's a superpower of his to emit an energy field that holds buildings together.
And this is how much I was enjoying this film. He tried to tell me this during that moment, and I just interrupted with I don't care.
I don't care.
I didn't even look at
Shut
him.
up.
I'm just like, shut up, I'm enjoying this. I don't care. Because it was just so well done. They have learned the lesson.
Right. They have. If you are watching this and you're trying to get an idea on whether to see Justice League because you've seen BVS and you were a bit go see it. If this is the direction that DC is going in and they are listening to fans, I am excited even more for the future movies that are going to come out.
If based on Wonder Woman and Justice League, the last two films they've done, if this is the direction they are taking it in, I will actively go and watch more DC movies.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I don't know DC very well. Okay, I freely admit, Superman, Batman, they're the only DC characters I know of any legitimacy.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm liking Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, so I got to the point where I'll go watch stuff with Batfleck, I'll go watch stuff with Wonder Woman. That's all I was interested in seeing for the DC cinematic universe. Having seen these two films now, I will go and watch the other ones.
Yeah.
That's how much they have gone, yeah, we need to fix this, we need to change it. Because they managed to keep the darkness and the grittiness, but it's not oppressively so. There is some light humour in there now. You feel
that even though, like, it is stepping into a slightly more lighter-hearted saga, you can definitely feel it is still the DCU that we've had from the beginning. Hey, dudes and dudettes, Mr. Theorist here. I hope you enjoyed the Ramble reaction we just did. I've got this kind of a weird outro because after I left Megabytes Unleashed and started to render the video, I'm like, oh, there's no outro to this video. It didn't record it. So I just do a quick little ending here. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you enjoyed Megabytes Unleashed and me doing Ramble reactions, let us know in the comments and we will get round to doing some more, the two of us. Me and the other guy, we're still going to be doing Ramble reactions as we always are. And yeah, I hope you really enjoyed the video. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And until next video guys, I'll see you later. Bye!